Tibetans are choosing a very politically contentious moment to rise up again. You know, the leadership change, the Chinese New Year. I mean, everything that's happening right now is, for the Chinese side, is incredibly, incredibly loaded and charged. Tibetans know this inside Tibet. They know what they're doing. But they're doing it anyway, because the situation is what it is. And so, we have to be prepared that things are going to get worse before they get better. That obviously this is still a long struggle. That the Chinese are not going to treat us well. Because they are who they are. They're not changing for the time being. And as they fight to maintain control, they do it the only way they know how, which is with brutality and with violence, and we shouldn't expect a change of heart just now. But that doesn't mean things don't change. That doesn't mean all the acts now are in vain. They're not. Tibetans are rewriting history as we speak. Tibetans are taking control of our destiny inside as we sit here. Who knows what could have happened inside right now. I don't know how many people remember the feeling and the way things were kind of, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s. There was actually a lot of discussion about how maybe inside Tibet, even from our own side, even from our own people, maybe inside Tibet, it's just about development now. Maybe the political issue is kind of dead. Tibetans just want to live a happy life, and it's not about all these bigger, Rungzen or whatever anymore. And there hadn't been a lot of, other than single or individual protests, there was nothing really to point to say that en masse, many Tibetans, an overwhelming majority certainly, wants real political, meaningful, fundamental change, and they're willing to sacrifice or fight for it. I mean, we would argue quite regularly with people that that's not the case, and it's just hard to see right now, and Tibetans, have been beaten for so long. A lot of people just keep their heads down and try to survive, but that doesn't mean the feeling's not there. That does not mean Tibetans are not ready to be Chinese suddenly. And then 2008 came along and just blew that. People don't even argue about that anymore. No one dares to even go down that road. And far from that, if you thought 2008 was something, and then 2009, no Losar, and this new resistance, this kind of creative, non-cooperation resistance movement that somehow Tibetans organically and intentionally have organized inside. Now the Lhakar movement, which we don't have time to talk about in depth, but maybe we can do with questions. Again, Tibetans are becoming more and more organized on the inside in the ways that they resist.